I'm laying in bed and I've been watching YouTube after YouTube video of these fucking white trash cops just violating right after right after right of our black citizens. And sick of it. I read these fucking comments and you got these white trash motherfuckers commenting saying, why don't you comply? Why don't you fucking show the ID? Why is everything gotta be about race? And it's like, you just want to look at these white fuckers and you just want to shake the fuck out of them and go, get a history book, bitch. Put the corporate cock down, quit playing to your fucking made up God, and have some fucking empathy for a motherfucker. How would you like it? All you white trash fucks that fucking love law enforcement and think that these motherfuckers are the greatest things since fucking, apple fucking sliced pie. How would you feel if black cops came to your fucking house, put your punk ass in fucking handcuffs, and said, give me your ID, let me search your fucking house? How many of you white trash motherfuckers would be like, okay, officer, I got nothing to hide. I've done nothing wrong. Go ahead. Fuck you, you stupid fucking inbred, fucking non-science believing, racist, sexist, homophobic, fucking basically stuck on stupid motherfuckers. I'm sick and tired of you motherfuckers. Every fucking election, 73% of fucking stupid fucking white men vote Republican. And these fucking white trash fucking skank bitches who go around, me too, I don't want to be sexually harassed. I want to be fucking treated equally, make as much money as fucking men do. Pussy grabber. And let me tell you something, skank. You fucking skanks, you voted for Trump, and your boss fucking puts his hand up your skirt and grab your fucking pussy. Guess what, bitches? You should shut the fuck up and take it. You don't get to vote for a pussy grabber and then say, me too. No, fuck you. You take the fucking sexual harassment, skank. And all you fucking white trash motherfuckers, you know what? One thing that came up during the fucking George Floyd protests and beyond was silence is complicity. And you know what? I'm fucking sick and tired of fucking white people being fucking silent when these fucking cops and other white people do foul fucking shit. I mean, I go out and walk my dog today and I come home, get on YouTube, and I just watch horrific video after horrific video. And it's like, you think that these fucking cops will wake the fuck up and realize, you know what? Technology is going to fucking get us. But you know what? No. They still do this shit on fucking their cameras and when people are filming it. And these fucking cops think this shit's fucking okay. And you know why the cops think this shit okay? Because you know what? Yeah, America's getting more diverse. But right now, white people still make up about 63, 64% of America. And like it or not, white people still run shit. They vote. And as long as, I get why rich white people support the cops and vote Republican. I don't like it, but I understand it. Because these motherfuckers are motivated by greed. I don't like it, but I get it. But when you're poor and middle class and you support the cops or vote for Trump because you think fucking Jesus is going to come back from the fucking dead and give you some free fucking shit, fuck you. You know what? Poor white people have had this like, not just for 400 fucking years when they first came over here as fucking indentured service, but this shit goes back to fucking Europe. Poor white people have been fucking fighting rich white asshole wars for thousands of fucking years. Either you don't make any waves, you're not a sinner, you're not a when they get rich someday. But this shit's been going on for a long fucking time. If you want to look at the formation of America, a lot of white people couldn't afford to come to America back in the early 60s. Fast forward to the American Revolutionary War, 1776, and white people decided to fucking fight for the rights of rich white merchants to not pay taxes to England. Because let's get this straight. There would have never been an America if, without the British help, that they came over and funded. They sent their troops over here and provided the troops with, the colonists with provisions and the weaponry to fight off the Native Americans. Without the British help, the Native Americans would have slaughtered these fucking white trash bugs who had no idea how to fucking survive in America. And so now that they're set up over here, and fast forward to 1776, all of a sudden you got these white merchants that are like, we don't want to pay taxes to England. And so guess what? They convinced poor white trash bucks to take up arms against England. Now, do you know how the founding father fucks rewarded these fucking poor white trash colonists after the country was formed? By not allowing them the right to vote. That's right. In the first several presidential elections, the only people who could vote were white male landowners. So these white trash fucks that fucking, starved to death, Valley Forge, and, fought the fucking redcoats. When the war was over, they couldn't fucking vote. That's what these Republicans want to do today. They want to make sure that anybody who ain't rich, ain't white, ain't a Jesus freak, or that isn't straight, they don't want them to vote. They want to make it harder for a motherfucker to vote. And yet they want to make it easier for white people who are conservative to own a gun. Easier to own a gun, easier to fuck over consumers and their employees, but they want to make it harder for non-Republicans to vote. Do you see in these affluent suburbs, like with the Georgia election going on right now, do you ever see lines of only white people in these fucking suburbs having to fucking line up and vote? Hell no. White people in these well-to-do counties can go in and vote or have easy access to absentee balloting, and they fucking vote. But in these cities, these poor, minority communities, they close the polling places and make it hella hard for a motherfucker to vote. Tell poor people, you got to vote on a Tuesday and you got to stand in line for fucking 8 hours. You don't see fucking rich white people waiting 8 hours in a fucking line. And so, yeah, getting back to the Revolutionary War, can't vote, dude. And then you fast forward to the Civil War. And poor white people in the South, what do? Could keep getting rich off of the obscenity that was slavery. Rich white people. Because poor white people didn't owe slaves. Just like anything, that you got to have money to make money. Well, not every white person, because it costs money to keep them, to take care of them, and to keep them from fleeing. And you want to get back to these fucking police forces. The first police forces in America formed in 1838 in Boston to protect shipping interests coming off Boston Harbor. But shortly after that, they started propping up in the South. To do what? Do they protect fucking poor white people who were working or getting scammed over by Sheikh oilsmen and these fucking, unscrupulous merchants? Nope. The police forces that formed in the South were formed to catch runaway slaves. Wow. And so then after the Civil War ended, what did law enforcement do? Did they protect the rights of the free black men? Hell no. They enforced vagrancy laws, which meant that if you're poor and black and you didn't sign up to be a sharecropper after the Civil War ended, law enforcement could arrest your fucking ass for being a vagrant, and they put your ass on a penal farm so these fucking businessmen can make money off your fucking slave labor. and they worked these motherfuckers to death. In the late 1800s, when organized labor started, protesting horrific working conditions, did law enforcement protect the rights of workers? Hell no. They protected their corporate fucking masters back then. And yet poor white people can't help but think that the cops are good fucking people. When have these motherfuckers ever been on the right side of history? Never. And it's like, I'm done being nice to these motherfuckers. I'm done fucking, being tactful. Every time I see somebody that's a Jesus freak or religious retard, somebody that's a Republican, somebody that's sexist, racist, homophobic, I'm going to cuss their punk asses out. I know a lot of people get on social media and they want to have friends. They want to have more likes. I don't. I'm under no illusions whatsoever of getting people to join me in this or getting a bunch of followers or having a bunch of friends. Most people are fucking stupid, regardless of race. But when it comes to the religion nonsense, it's fucked up. I got to live in a world where 90% of the fucking planet is basically stuck on fucking stupid when it comes to the made up God nonsense. Now, I don't, focus on, Islam or Judaism because they don't really have any power here in America. But if you want to look at the power that the fucking Jesus freak fuckheads have, look at that motherfucker still in the White House. And I say still in the White House because until that motherfucker is gone on January 20th, even though I hate that fucker, I will not underestimate Trump's ability to, being Trump's bitch boy. And, until that day passes, until the fucking Secret Service, 90% of the fucking planet help themselves when it comes to, just being stuck on fucking stupid with the made up God shit. Don't change their minds. I read a lot about history, and most people, it you ain't gonna change your mind. You can't reason with motherfuckers and be nice to them and explain and go, you know what? Try to reason with them. Get the fuck out of them. I'm gonna verbal vomit on their fucking ass. Disrespect them, cuss them out. And I understand it's not going to do anything to change anybody's mind, but it's going to make me feel better. Come out here, late January to, do their annual abortion protests. Like they came out here last year and I cussed her, or they came out here earlier this year. I cussed their fucking asses out. I clowned them. You guys going here? I spent a whole afternoon cussing these motherfuckers out. And when they come out here again next month, I'm going to let them have it. Because you have to speak in a language that these motherfuckers understand. In obscenity and being foul towards them, they may not like it, but they feel what you're saying. You can't reason with these brain dead religious retards. A Jesus freak fuckhead. You try to explain science to a Jesus freak fuckhead, that vein on the motherfucker's forehead that pops out when they get upset or frustrated. A Jesus freak fuckhead is at risk of having an aneurysm in his brain when you try to explain science to a motherfucker like that. You can't reason with a motherfucker who believes that some fucking made up God grabbed a piece of dirt, blew his fucking breath in it, is going to vote for Trump, is going to vote Republican, that's going to suck the hell out of some corporate cock. You can't reason with them and you can't respect them. Because you know what? They don't respect us. All you can come down on you like a ton of bricks. How the fuck there's a fucking hell out there? How many of you motherfuckers ever been? What? Somebody wrote a book 1,700 years ago and said, oh, there's a heaven and hell. You don't accept Jesus fucking Christ as your Lord and fucking Savior, you're going to die and go to hell. I can write a book and come up and pull shit out of my fucking ass. Don't mean it's the fucking truth. It's all made up bullshit. There's no fucking such thing as a made up God. You want to, read about some fucking history of how religion evolved. From what I understand, prior to 3,000 years ago, probably 3,000, 3,500 years ago, prior to the Jewish religion being invented, which is around 1500 BC, give or take, or 200 years. Prior to Judaism, motherfuckers all over the world had a variety of pagan beliefs, which kind of depended on who was ruling in a particular area of the world. When a motherfucker ruler died, whoever succeeded him, he basically created and pulled a made up God out of his own ass, whether he was God or he had his own interpretation of whatever shrooms he was smoking, what he thought was a God. And it was like that for thousands of years until a group of people in the Middle East who became as the Jews decided to simplify the shit. They decided, you know what? It's too much complication in inventing different gods, and let's just simplify it. Let's make it one God. That's the same God yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and he'll be our God. And you know what? Even though I think it's all bullshit, I will never underestimate the effectiveness of religion to, mobilize and manipulate the masses. Yeah, there's some appeal to it. You can feel part of something, you can feel special, and the Jews, who were like a very small minority group back then, there's something about having power in numbers and be able to fucking buy into it. And for about 1,500 years, the Jews in the Middle East basically had a monopoly on the one God concept until around 2,000 years ago, some white people in Europe, had decided that, the Jews are onto something here. But just like with any club, they were like, you know what? Fuck you, motherfuckers. We're God's chosen people. Everybody else is Gentile. So white people in Europe were like, well, fuck you. You don't want to let us into your club? We'll create our own fucking club. And it took a few hundred years to do it, but eventually they were able to iron out. It took about 300 years, because the Bible did not become like one official document till like 321 AD. But when they did it, it caught on like wildfire, and it spread like wildfire near Europe. And then, you fast forward to about, 600, year 600, and, yeah, the group of people became Muslims in the Middle East are like, hey, you guys are onto something here. But of course, white people in Europe are like, well, fuck you. Just like the Jews told them, well, they told the Arabs, well, fuck you. And so they created their own club and they call it Islam. And basically, we've been having conflict and war and hatred. I'm sick and tired of hearing about fucking interfaith religion and, how great religion is. No, it's not. It causes virtue. Every war, racism, sexism, homophobia, economic inequality, because the people at the top of the religions, they are very effective when it comes to basically putting their knees on the backs of the masses. And the masses, because they want to believe that they're going to fucking have an afterlife, they submit. They fucking submit. And, whether it's the religion or the fucking cops, motherfuckers have to have the courage to stand up. And, I do. I do, because I see that, I don't need to have a lot of friends. I don't need to have people like me. Why the fuck do I want to have motherfuckers, which make 90% of the planet, qualifies as this? Why it's being religious assholes? Why do I want motherfuckers that don't understand science to be my fucking friend to like me. No, they don't like me anyway. They all think I'm going to go to hell. So you know what? You think I'm going to go to hell? Fuck you. I don't want to be your friend, you stupid motherfucker. If I see a motherfucker praying, if I see a motherfucker with a fucking cross, that's your way of telling me, get the fuck away from me, bitch. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. You're the terrorist. That's right. The Jesus freak fuckheads are the fucking terrorists. They terrorize you here in America. They act like they're good fucking people. They're not fucking good people. They have historically been putting their knees in the backs of non-believers. And you know what? Motherfuckers need to stand up that shit. I wish the Democrat Party would sit there and say, you know, you want to believe in a made-up God? Take that bullshit to the Republican Party and see how they treat you. Because if you ain't rich and white, they ain't got nothing for you. I mean, religious people collectively are the biggest corporate cocksuckers in the history of the fucking planet. They fucking suck the hell out of that fucking shit. I mean, fucking Trump. This motherfucker is a billionaire, allegedly. Well, he's done enough scamming, you know. Yeah. And yet, middle America, white people who want to talk shit about Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they think Trump is the fucking greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. And you got all these, despite all these videos where Trump are talking shit about he clowns Mike Pence and people who, or Mike Pence and people who believe like him. The military, he clowns these motherfuckers that sacrifice their lives for corporate profits, because that's what you are when you serve in the military. It doesn't cost $1 trillion to defend America. We got 2 oceans. Russia and China are not invading America with their fucking armies. And Canada and Mexico, 2 non-military powers. It doesn't cost $1 trillion to defend America. But you know what costs $1 trillion? Corporate cock. That costs $1 trillion. And yeah, they get a little benefit, whatever. All these motherfuckers want is to be called a patriot. You're a sucker, bitch. Voted for him. I'm open about it. And you act like you didn't say anything. Be my fucking friend. Yeah, not. I mean, many subscribers. I got like 1,000. But that's all right. I mean, people were asking me, hey, man, because I was recording it from originally when I first started, cursing out the cops and protesting this shit. I was doing, because, I wanted to record in case they ever did something foul to me. But people would see me doing it, and some people were like, hey, man, can I see your video? Do you ever post it to, Instagram or Facebook? I'm like, I quit going on Facebook. I still have a Facebook page, but I quit posting on there because I got tired of fucking Facebook giving me 30-day bans for talking shit about the Jesus freak fuckheads. But I'm not looking to get much more because, I don't expect most people to like what I got to say. But there's a few that do. And those of you that do, thank you. I read the comments, and, fine. I consider the source. I don't get upset because most people are fucking stupid. Whether they voted for Trump, and especially these white motherfuckers who aren't rich. I mean, I learned at an early age because I grew up in the South. Just because a motherfucker looks like my motherfucking ass, don't mean they give a fuck about my motherfucking ass. But sadly, most poor and middle-class white people are fucking stupid. History has proved me right on this. Poor and middle-class white people have more in common with non-rich white people than they do with rich white people. Yet, poor middle-class white people think that black people and Hispanics are the fucking enemy. Poor and middle-class white women have more in common with working and poor minority women than they ever would have with fucking rich white women. And yet 55% of fucking white skank sellout bitches voted for Trump. And I mean, I don't pull any punches. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything I say. You fucking Jesus freak fuckheads, you don't fucking sugarcoat shit when it comes to a motherfucker like me. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat how I feel about you motherfuckers. I hate you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers are fucking vile. You're deplorable. You're corporate cocksuckers. And you're fucking stuck on fucking stupid. And if you don't like what I got to say, go fucking suck your made up God's cock and see what the fuck he does about it. I'll be shaking in my fucking boots. I'm not the one praying to a fucking made up God that doesn't exist, Slinkway. So all you fucking mayonnaise sandwich eating, Mountain Dew drinking, fucking meth addicted, fucking stupid fucking white people that want to keep voting for Trump, keep thinking the Republicans are your fucking friends. Yeah, go ahead, keep being stupid. Every time I come across one of you motherfuckers, I'm going to give you some of my first Amendment verbal vomit. You don't like it? Tough. Go fucking suck. Keep praying to your fucking made up God, you stupid motherfucker. Because that's what you are. You're fucking stupid. And you motherfuckers, you fucking white trash fucks. I'll never get tired of fucking clowning you motherfuckers. And when you motherfuckers come out here and invade our city next year, early next year in late January, I'm going to be here with my camera phone and I'm going to fucking curse your motherfucking asses out. And I don't care if you got your kids with you. So fucking what? You bring your kids to an adult conversation topic, which is, anti-abortion, then you know what? That's on you. You chose to bring kids to a fucking adult conversation topic. So you know what? I'm not going to fucking censor myself around your fucking stupid fucking kids. You're the ones that are fucking teaching them that nonsense. So you know what? You invade our city with your fucking, inbred fucking kids. Then let you have it. And if your kids hear it, tough shit. I don't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck about our country when you voted for Trump. So why the fuck should I give a fuck about your fucking inbred fucking kids? They're probably going to grow up and be fucking Jesus freak fuckheads anyway. So fuck them and fuck you too. Go fucking take it to your fucking made up God and see what the fuck he does about it. Fucking Jesus nonsense. And these fucking cops. I'm never going to quit letting these fucking cops have it. These fucking cops, they don't deserve any fucking respect. I read an article today, online about what happened in Nashville yesterday with the fucking, who knows why this guy bombed the way he did. But they want to put an article about these brave 6 pigs that came out and, risked their lives. Well, they risked their lives. The explosion already happened. Fucking cops don't fucking risk their fucking lives. They wait until after they got power in numbers and the damage has already been done, and then they come out and whatever evacuation's got to be done. But they don't fucking risk their fucking lives. Fuck that shit. Yeah, you want an example of how cops fucking risk their fucking lives? Yeah, they're fucking afraid like the fucking whiny little bitches they are. About them, they're the biggest fucking snowflake pussies in the history of fucking mankind. The cops want you to either be afraid of them or they want you to worship the fucking ground they walk on. Yeah, fuck you, pig. I ain't worshiping shit. Yeah, you want somebody to worship you? Go to these fucking white trash Jesus freak fuckheads if you want validation. You expect me to give it to you? Fuck you. I'm gonna give you some verbal vomit, motherfucker. But that's what you are. You're a motherfucker. So they want these cops. It's their fucking job, and they want a pat on the back. They're heroes. No, they're not. I mean, boo-hoo. They're doing their fucking job. Unbelievable. These fucking pigs. Anytime you criticize them, anytime you want to hold them accountable, they fucking, they pull out the fucking their unions, which is mind-boggling because in every segment of society other than cops unions, the Republican Party is totally anti-union. These white Jesus freak fuckheads are anti-union, except when it comes to the fucking pig bitch cops. Then they support their unions. I mean, the fucking cop unions. I used to think that Major League Baseball had the most powerful union in history. No, it's the fucking cop unions. The fucking cops. You know how hard it is to fucking fire a cop? I mean, there's a scene in the Clint Eastwood movie Magnum Force that came out like in the early 1970s. And he's kind of on to the fact that those four rookie cops are basically going around, who are on patrol. They're going around killing like people they didn't get his car. And one of the cops say, "Do you know how hard it is to prosecute a cop?" And that line right there, it was almost 50 years ago. That line right there sums up the arrogance of fucking law enforcement throughout America. These cops, not only do their unions and their contracts and the law protect their motherfucking asses, but they still got the support of fucking most white people. It's horrific how blind and willfully stupid most white people are. But they just get away with it because they have power in numbers. And until this fucking changes, until, most poor and middle class white people wake the fuck up, it's going to be a fucking struggle. So if I got to live in a world where I got to fucking, live with 90% of the fucking planet being fucking stuck on fucking stupid, then I'm going to exercise my First Amendment rights and verbally vomit on all you fucking white Jesus freaking Trump supporting assholes. Because it's protected speech, bitches. That's right. Just like your belief in a made up God is protected, my right to cuss your fucking ass out if you're around me is protected. And I'm going to fucking enjoy every second of it. These cops here in San Francisco, they know me. They all know me. But I don't know their names. And I don't want to know their fucking names. And I tell them, yeah, bitch, you know my name, but I don't know your name, motherfucker. I don't want to know your name. Your name is Officer Fuck You. Because that's what they are. A bunch of fucking pigs. And I'm going to fucking let them have it. Because you know what? They can smile at you and act like that, what I'm saying doesn't bother them. But it does. Because I know how these motherfuckers think. Body cams, and we have camera phones. I remember when the whole, when the body cams first came out, the cops were like, good, the criminals are scared. No, I was like, no, this shit's going to help us. It's going to help citizens because it's going to put to light what these fucking cops have done. Just going on YouTube and seeing all these videos, and this is before the body cams came out. Now, with the body cams, it's putting these cops on fucking notice that if they are foul to people through Freedom of Information Act and discovery, it will come to light. And so it pisses these motherfuckers off because for the past 182 years, they have been able to basically put their knees in a motherfucker's back. But technology is the first step in bringing to light how foul these motherfucking cops are. And yet, you know what? Despite all this, 73% of white men and 50% of white bitches voted for Trump last month. And all these fucking cops, the fraternal order police, they all voted for Trump. And Trump is pardoning these fucking crooked cops. I just read about this fucking skank white bitch cop who in 1995 sent her fucking dogs They were, I guess, trying to find, some burglary suspect. And it turned out a homeless guy was sleeping on top of a building. And she sucked her fucking dog on this guy, and the dog bit out a 10-inch part of this guy's leg. And she was tried and convicted and sentenced to prison. And yet Trump pardons her. And the Fraternal Order of Police said they supported it. What does a cop have to do for other cops to not want to turn on him, to not want to tell on him? I mean, is there anything that a cop can do that is, for other cops to go, we can't stand behind that? Apparently not. I mean, apparently nothing. And yet I'm supposed to respect these motherfuckers? No, fuck that. For as long as I live, every cop I see, I don't care whether color they are, because when you put on a uniform, if you ain't white, you're blue, regardless of whether you're white or not. You're blue. But let me ask you this. Those of you who aren't white, especially black cops, when you take off that uniform and you're in an area where cops don't know that you're a cop, how do you think the fucking cops treat you? And yet, you know what? You still got black people wanting to be cops. If it was my motherfucking ancestors that were fucked over by the police, the last thing I'd do is fucking put on that fucking uniform. And yet, you know what? Sadly to say, it ain't just white trash motherfuckers putting their knees in a motherfucker's back. Plenty of black cops doing the same thing. And that just shows you that, you know what? That we are all truly equal. It ain't, and we're not just equal when it comes to the good shit. The only thing separating us is opportunity when it comes to fucking people over. If you don't, without changing this system, if the only thing that you change is the race of the motherfucker putting his knee in your back, then what's changed? Nothing. So until the system changes that starts holding all cops accountable, then only thing that is just window dressing by diversifying the motherfucker putting his knee in your back, diversifying the motherfucker selling out and sucking corporate cock. And so, I mean, I spent 2 hours before I made this video, fucking cops just violating the rights one after another. But, and the people, I've had people say, well, why you always got to say the same thing? Something different, then I'll switch it up. But as long as they keep doing the same shit over and over again when it comes to violating motherfuckers' rights, then I'm going to keep doing the same shit over and over again when it comes to cussing them out and verbally disrespecting them. They switch it up, I'll switch it up. Until then, fuck these fucking pigs. You guys have a good night, and I'll post again in the future.